This is 7th grade 9.1 with circumference of a circle. I just wanted to go over a few of the problems on the guided practice just to make sure that you are understanding how to use the formulas. Number 1 is find the circumference of each circle. So we know that one of the formulas is C equals pi times the diameter. And in this problem, we are given the diameter of 9 inches. So in this case, we're just going to plug in our values and use 3.14 for pi. When we multiply those two together, we get 28.26 inches. And that problem is done. Number 2, if you read back through the lesson, we can also use pi as 22/7. And you want to use 22/7 when your radius is a multiple of 7. So in this case, our radius actually is 7. So this one will be a little easier to work with that fraction. You can also just use 3.14 and you'll still get the same answer. So what I'm going to do is we have our 2 times 22/7, which is pi, and times our radius, which is 7. So to make this a little easier, I can take 22/7 and multiply that by 7/1. So I can make 7 a fraction. And I can simplify before multiplying. So I can cross out my 7s and they both become a 1 because 7 goes into 7 one time. And now I can multiply straight across. 22 times 1 is 22, and 1 times 1 is 1. So now I have to multiply 22 times 2, which is about 44 centimeters. Okay, the last two I'm going to work with you on is number 7 and number 9. So we're going to look at number 7 and number 9. All right, number 7, we know that our formula is C equals pi times diameter. And in this case, all we're given is pi. But I want you to think back to when we talked about variables. When we just have a variable with no coefficient, we assume that that number is 1 because any number times 1 is itself. So in this case, if we're just given pi, I can assume that there's a 1 in front of pi because any number, or pi times 1, is pi. So what I can fill in is my diameter is 1 yard. And remember, to find the radius, you take half of the diameter, so 1 divided by 2 is 0.5 yards. All right, number 9. We're given the diameter in this problem. So we know that our formula is going to be 3.14 pi, but we can also write it 2 pi r. So let's do a little example of that one. So in order for us to find the diameter, or the radius, we have to do the diameter divided by 2. And in this case, our diameter is 3.4. So 3.4 divided by 2 equals 1.7 inches. So we could also write this formula as 2 pi 1.7. I hope this helps.